Good morning, students. Today we have to study next point, that is 3.3 gametogenesis from Unit 6 Reproduction, Chapter number 3 Human Reproduction Part 2. Gametogenesis. It is the formation of gametes in gonads. There are two types of gametogenesis: spermatogenesis, formation of sperms; oogenesis, formation of ovum. So here the gametes are formed in gonads. Gonads are primary sex organs. In male, the testes, where the formation of sperms takes place, and in female, ovary, where the oogenesis takes place and ovum is formed. Here you will find a section of testes showing the seminiferous tubule with the formation of the sperms. And here you will find the section of ovary, how the process of oogenesis takes place and the mature Graafian follicle form. The process of formation of haploid gametes from diploid germ cells in gonad is called gametogenesis. So the gametes which are formed, they are haploid. Haploid means n number of chromosomes. And they are formed from the diploid germ cells. Diploid means 2n. Chromosome number, it is a 2n. So from this diploid germ cells, the haploid gametes are formed, and the process is called gametogenesis. And it takes place in primary sex organ, testes, and ovary. Just now I showed you a section across testes and ovary, which are the primary sex organs where the process of spermatogenesis takes place in male and oogenesis takes place in a female. And in that process, the gametes are formed, that is the sperm male gamete, ovum female gamete. These gametes are haploid. And how the process takes place, we'll see in brief. The first is spermatogenesis. The process of formation of haploid male gamete, sperm, in seminiferous tubule of testes is called spermatogenesis. Genesis means formation. The sperms are formed where they will form in the seminiferous tubule of the testes. Testes are the sex organs. In this testes, the sperms are formed. Therefore, it is called as a spermatogenesis. That is, the haploid male gamete sperm is formed. The inner wall of seminiferous tubule contain two types of cells: germ cells, which are also called as a spermatogonia cells, and Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells is also called as a nurse cell. They nourish this growing germ cells. So inner wall of seminiferous tubule is having two types of cells: germ cells and the Sertoli cells. Germ cells divides and develop into sperms, and Sertoli cells nourishes the developing sperm. Spermatogenesis involves three substages. The first one is multiplication phase. The spermatogonia, that is the spermatogonium, it is a singular. Spermatogonia is a plural. Here, the spermatogonium, a single spermatogonium, undergoes repeated mitotic division and forms a large number of diploid spermatogonia cells. Diploid. Diploid means 2n number. That is, the chromosome number is 46. That is diploid. So in the first stage, multiplication, that is, the spermatogonium undergoes repeated mitotic division and it will form the large number of diploid spermatogonia cells. Second stage is growth phase. The spermatogonial cells grow in size by increasing cytoplasm and matures to form primary spermatocysts. So in the growth phase, it will increase in size due to the increasing cytoplasm. And when it increases in size, we can call it as a primary spermatocyte. The third phase is maturation phase. The diploid primary spermatocyte undergoes first meiosis, resulting in the formation of two equal haploid cells called secondary spermatocysts. Now here the division is meiosis. Meiosis it is a reductional division. So what will happen? The chromosome number it reduces to half. That is the secondary spermatocytes they are having 23 chromosomes. This later undergoes second meiotic division to produce 4 equal haploid spermatid. So here you will find the haploid spermatid are formed. Why they are haploid? Because here the meiosis takes place. Meiosis it is a reductional division and mitosis it is a equational division. As here the meiosis occurs, the chromosome number reduced to half. It was 46, now it will reduce to half, that is 23, n number of chromosome. 2n number of chromosome become n number. 2n it is a diploid and N it is a haploid. After this maturation phase, the spermiogenesis takes place. Spermiogenesis means inactive non-motile spermatids are transformed into active motile spermatozoa, that is called as a sperms. So the inactive non-motile spermatids they are converted into active motile spermatozoa and it is called as a spermiogenesis. After spermiogenesis, sperms head embedded in a Sertolzi cells and released from the seminiferous tubule and it is called as a spermiation. Spermiation means that is after spermiogenesis, the sperms are released from the seminiferous tubule and it is called as a spermiation. So the three terminology is there. Spermiation means release of the sperms from the seminiferous tubule. Spermiogenesis means inactive non-motile spermatids are converted into active motile spermatozoa. And the entire process is called as a spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis, spermiogenesis, and spermiation. Here you will find a portion of seminiferous tubule. You will find the seminiferous tubule where you will find these Sertoli cells and see here the stages of development. So spermatogonium, primary spermatocyst, secondary spermatocyst, and here you will find the early spermatids are formed. And here particularly the meiosis takes place and the chromosome number reduced to half. The diagrammatic representation you can find here the process is spermatogenesis. Now spermatogonia, the chromosome number is 2n, that is diploid. Mitosis takes place and what will happen? Primary spermatocyte are formed and after this the meiosis process occur. Meiosis it is a reductional division, so chromosome number become n, that is haploid, and in this process you will find the formation of spermatids and lastly spermatozoa. So here you will find the first stage is the multiplication stage, then the second stage is the growth phase and the third one is the maturation phase. So here the mitosis takes place and here the chromosome number it is a 2n, 46 chromosome, that is the diploid. Here growth they increase in size and after that the third maturation meiosis takes place here and here you will find the chromosome number becomes half, 23. So the three stages multiplication, growth and the maturation, and after that the spermiogenesis. So this spermiogenesis, that is the active motile sperms are formed. So this is a diagram of seminiferous tubule cross section. Here also you will find the schematic representation which will be generally asked in the exam. Write the schematic representation of spermatogenesis. So here you have to show clearly the first one. It is a multiplication phase. The spermatogonium undergo mitosis and it will form spermatogonia. The chromosome number is 2n. That is the diploid condition. Then growth phase. Here you will find the growth phase, it increase in size. And now it is called as a primary spermatocyst. Now this primary spermatocyst undergo meiosis, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. That is a reduction division. In meiosis 1, you will find the two secondary spermatocytes are formed. The chromosome number is N, haploid. And from this meiosis 2, the four spermatids are formed, and here again the chromosome number is the n number of chromosome. So here this is the phase of maturation, and here lastly the it is called as a the cell differentiation or spermiation. The non-motile spermatocysts are converted into motile sperms, that is spermatozoa. So this is the schematic representation of spermatogenesis, which will be asked generally in the exam. You have to show the chromosome number correctly and the three phases. The first one is the multiplication, second is the growth, and third one is the maturation, and the last one is the differentiation or spermiation. So, spermatogenesis and the hormones. During this process, the important hormones are, the first one is gonadotrophin releasing hormone. So, it is released from the hypothalamus and it is a hypothalamic hormone. It acts on the anterior pituitary gland. So, pituitary gland, there are parts of the pituitary gland, and this hormones it active in the anterior pituitary. It released from the anterior pituitary, and it particularly stimulate the two hormones, luteinizing hormone LH and follicle stimulating hormone FSH. So these are gonadotrophins which are released from this anterior pituitary, and this luteinizing hormones, it will act on the Leydig cells which secretes the androgens, and the FSH, it acts on the Sertoli cells of the testes. And further, the cells, particularly Leydig cells, which are stimulated, and the process takes place spermatogenesis. Whereas the Sertoli cells secretion of factors for spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis means the non-motile sperms becomes the motile. So this is the hormones which are mainly controlling the process of spermatogenesis. Here, as a result of spermatogenesis, the sperms are formed. This is a diagram of a single sperm. You will find a mature human sperm. The part of the sperm, head, neck, middle part, and tail. There are four parts are there: head, neck, middle part, and tail. So head is elongated with haploid nucleus. Anterior cap-like acrosome is present. Acrosome has hydrolytic enzymes. It is derived from a Golgi complex during division, fertilize the ovum. So the first part is the head. You will find here the head with the nucleus, which is a haploid nucleus. And anteriorly acrosome is formed, and this acrosome is having hydrolytic enzymes which are useful in the process of fertilization. The second part is neck. Neck, it is a connecting head and middle piece. This is the part where it is connecting the head and the middle piece. The third part is the middle part. Here you will find the middle piece. It is having mitochondria. They provide the energy for swimming. So here you will find the mitochondria present in the middle piece. And the last part is the tail, which is long one, and vibration. So this is a diagram of a human sperm. You will find the different parts of the human sperm. This is important one. Generally, the diagram will ask for the 4 marks question. You have to draw neat label diagram with at least 8 labelings. Our next process is oogenesis. The process of formation of haploid ovum from diploid oogonia cell in the ovary is called oogenesis. This begins at embryonic development. Germinal epithelium of ovary divides mitotically to produce millions of gamete mother cell or oogonia. No oogonia formed or added after birth. Oogonia enters into meiosis 1. It proceeds prophase 1, gets suspended and forms primary oocyte. During puberty, the primary oocyte restarts its first meiotic division. So, the process of formation of haploid ovum from diploid oogonia cell in ovary is called as a oogenesis. And the important thing is that oogenesis begins at embryonic development. This begins at the embryonic development. So here oogenesis, it is occur by 3 stages: multiplication phase, growth phase, and the maturation phase. Here the multiplication phase, certain primary germ cells of germinal epithelium lining the ovary undergo rapid mitotic division. It results in the formation of group of diploid egg mother cells, oogonia. Each group of cells forms a rounded mass called egg nest. So here in the first phase, multiplication, mitosis occur and oogonia are formed. The next stage is growth phase. It is of long duration, about 12 to 13 years. One of the diploid oogonia undergoes growth, increasing in the cytoplasm and accumulation of yolk, and transformed to the enlarged oogonia called primary oocyte. Other oogonia form single layered follicular epithelium. Then this follicular cell surrounded by more granulosa cells, which is called as a secondary follicle, and secondary follicle is having the cavity which is called as a antrium. It is called as a tertiary follicles, primary follicle, secondary follicle, and the tertiary follicles. And tertiary follicle is nothing but the Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle means mature follicle. So here in the third phase, the maturation phase, a fully grown primary oocyte undergoes first meiotic division and result in the formation of 2 unequal size haploid cells. The large oocyte N and a small polocyte, which is called as a polar body. Secondary oocyte undergo second meiotic division to form a large otid and second polar body. Secondary oocyte forms a new membrane, zona pellucida, Graafian follicle. The first polar body also undergoes equal division to produce 2 cells. So here in the maturation phase, you will find the first polar body is formed, and which is further undergo and it will form the second polar body. So here this is the diagram showing mature Graafian follicle. In this mature Graafian follicle, you will find it is having theca externa and theca interna, 2 membranes, and the third membrane is the granulosa cells, and some of the cells of granulosa membrane, it will form this structure and it is called as a cumulus oophorus. This is a diagram showing the mature Graafian follicle which is having the antrum filled with follicular fluid. So here the process diagrammatic representation of the process, here you will find the 2n number. 2n number, it is a diploid 46 chromosome. So the first phase is the multiplication phase, mitosis occurs, and what will happen, you will find the many oogonia cells are formed, and then it increases in size, that is a growth phase. And here the primary oocyte, now it is called as a primary oocyte, it is also having 2n means 46 chromosome, that is a diploid condition. And after that, the maturation phase, in that maturation phase, the first one, the primary oocyte, it undergo first meiotic division and it will form the secondary oocyte and the first polar body, secondary oocyte and first polar body. And in the meiosis second, you will find the second polar body and ooted is formed. So here you will find the second polar body and ooted is formed. So the process, you will find the three stages. The first one is the multiplication, where the mitosis takes place. The second one is the growth, which will form the primary oocyte. And the third one is the maturation, where the meiosis occur. And in this meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, you will find chromosome number reduced to half. That is the haploid gamete, that is the haploid ooted is formed. So here the diagram showing the ovule. Here the schematic representation of oogenesis, which is important from the exam point of view. Here you will find oogonium. Oogonium, it undergo the multiplication, oogonia form, and the process is mitosis. So first stage is the multiplication stage. The second is the growth stage. It will increase in size. Chromosome number remains same. That is the 2n, 46 chromosome diploid, and it will form primary oocyte. Now this primary oocyte undergo meiosis. Meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. The meiosis, it is a reduction division. In meiosis 1, what will happen? The secondary oocyte and first polar body is formed. And in meiosis 2, you will find the second polar body and ovum is formed. So this is the schematic representation of oogenesis. So the important thing is chromosome number. 2n, 46 chromosome, it is a diploid condition. N number of chromosome, it is a haploid. Here the meiosis occur, here the mitosis occur. Three stages are there: multiplication, growth, and maturation. So here the last point is the difference between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. So here you will find the spermatogenesis, it occurs in testes. Here it occurs in ovary. Testes and ovary, they are the primary sex organs. Testes in male and ovary in female. So where spermatogenesis takes place in testes, oogenesis takes place in ovary. Got it? Then the spermatogenesis limited growth phase. Here the elaborated growth phase is there. The third difference, in case of a spermatogenesis, each primary spermatocyte give rise to four sperms. Four sperms are formed. Here you will find each primary oocyte give rise to only one ovum. Only one ovum is formed. As a result of spermatogenesis, four sperms are formed. As a result of oogenesis, one ovum is formed. Here in spermatogenesis, no polar body formation. Here the polar bodies are formed. We have already studied the polar, how the process takes place. So there the polar bodies are formed in oogenesis. There is no polar body formation in spermatogenesis. And the most important is spermatogenesis begins at puberty and extend up to senility, whereas the oogenesis begins at embryonic stage but suspend up to the puberty. It ceases around the age of 50. So in female, the process of this oogenesis stops at the end of age of the 50. So these are the differences between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Here the diagram showing the sperms and the ovum. Here how the process of fertilization takes place, which we will study in our next class. So in this presentation, we have studied the gametogenesis, then the types spermatogenesis, oogenesis, what is the difference between the two, schematic representation of spermatogenesis and schematic representation of oogenesis is important one. You have to practice for the diagram of sperm also. We will stop here. Thank you.